standing right now in Bangkok's Chinatown, a place where lots of business goes underway. They sell everything from gold to electronics. What we've been seeing here is flooding. All of the roads in and out of Chinatown have seen some floodwaters come in, and that is partly because they saw one of the high tides, the morning high tide, came in around 8 a.m. Thailand time. And what we saw were people trying to sandbag very quickly, people trying to save their products inside their stores. But what we're also seeing is a little bit of good news, which is that over the past hour, this water has receded. It has receded, and that shows you the drainage system here seems to be working quite well, receded back to the river. The river banks are about a kilometer, a little less than a kilometer away from here, and so we're definitely seeing water in places that we have not seen water before. We were just in this neighborhood yesterday around the same time, and it was completely dry. We are seeing people coming out in the streets telling cars to slow down because as those cars come through, if they can make it through, they're splashing more water into these businesses. People very concerned about their belongings here in Bangkok. Rosemary?
Some criticisms about what the government is and isn't doing here. They have been very obvious on television, but what about on the ground? What are you seeing there?
Yeah, most people actually, when you talk to residents, aren't upset with the government. They realize that this is a natural disaster, and they're looking at the government to give instruction. Yes, there's always confusion. There are always chinks in the chain of command trying to figure out exactly what needs to be done. Some people will say more evacuations are needed. Some people will say, look, there are some areas that are perfectly fine. For example, the national airport officials, they're saying that the airport is fine, it's open, and it is running. But for the most part, the government in the last couple of weeks has been pretty adamant in telling people, look, it is time to move out, it is time to get to higher ground, and we're talking about more than 1 million people have done so. We've seen people leaving the city. There are lots of hotels and places like Pattaya that are booked, people going to higher ground, trying to keep themselves safe, but we're also seeing residents who have decided they're staying put. This is something they don't want to leave their homes. They do not want to rely on someone else to take care of their belongings, so they're trying to stay put and sandbag as much as they can. But we are waiting for another high tide, which is supposed to come around 6 p.m. Here in Bangkok, that being a crucial time because as those high tides come up, there's no telling just how far over the flood wall this water might go.